today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, this is the National Football League. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
From the future home of Super Bowl 56, there's a look at SoFi Stadium just south of downtown Los Angeles. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. This is Jakeem Grant. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls. Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. This is Gaskin on the carry. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Gaskin again on 2nd down. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And it's a big play there on 3rd down, but with the marker on the field, I don't think it's going to hold. Let's see. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And a completion to Wilson. Yeah, this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The kick by Sanders is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. Well, of course, you want to find the end zone, but, you go on the road, you get 3 points. I think you take it.
Yeah, pretty good start to the day for them, don't you think, right? You go out there, get to 3 points. Now, look, it's not going to silence this crowd, but it might take a little bit of steam out of them right off the top.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this out to the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their 1st-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jalen Guyton, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Here's Herbert. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger 1st.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Herbert. They'll find Williams on the slant. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Running on first down, Eckler. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Eckler, they run left side. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Dancing to his left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the gun, it's Tua. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A play fake for Gaskin. Now Tua. And Wilson with it, complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Tua to throw again. Oh, into a sea of defenders, had intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And complete, right side to Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Knocking it away there defensively, Justin Coleman.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
4th down, and on is Ty Long to punt. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, but it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Parker. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Tua. He's going to let one go deep for Parker, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the 1st quarter.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. He's got Fuller. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yes.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run now with Gaskin, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Tua going to throw. Wilson's got it complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Now Tua. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Charger drive about to get going. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Caught left side, Williams. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Herbert throwing again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Here's Ty Long now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to pass. Tua. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins 1st down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Quickly into the hands of Fuller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. They'll set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. This duo locked in. 14 yards there. And a first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Here's Fuller with a catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. First foray into the red zone for Miami. 1st and 10 at the 19. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. That's complete to his running back, Carter. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And this is going to be incomplete. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Sanders' kick is good. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Here comes Nasir Adderley from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the 2nd quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion. Anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. Out of the gun, Herbert. He's got it to Williams. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Herbert. Flush, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Vince Beagle in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And let's shift our attention to Will Fuller. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Here's Gaskin. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Tua on the bootleg here. Now a short one to Gesicki. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Tua now on 1st down. Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
In most goal line situations, defensive tackles are just trying to hold the line, hold their ground, and let the other guys roam and make the play. But in this situation, he's able to push his way into the backfield and disrupt that play for a loss.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. They'll drop to throw. To a hit, and the ball is out. And this is recovered by the Chargers. A bad third down mistake there.
Points were already on the board in their mind. And that's the worst part about it, right? Because it's just like in golf. Never count it in the cup until it rolls in there. Otherwise, you can really get messed up with your scores. In this case, you know they thought, hey, at least 3, maybe even a chance to get 6. It's a little bit demoralizing going off the field. Now you've turned it over, and you come up empty.
Yeah, if he holds on to that, at least the field goal on fourth down. Now they lose it. Now Herbert following the turnover. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. From the 25, here's second and 6. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And now it's third down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
The Chargers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be third and 6. Herbert now. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Here's Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now. Now it's Herbert.
That's into the hands of Eckler.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the give, this is Eckler. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Herbert on first down now. And this is caught at the 8. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Jalen Phillips in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Badgley's kick is good. And that trims the lead to 3. It's 9-6 now.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Long converted the field goal. Now he handles the kickoff duties.
Jakeem Grant now to return.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. K.J. Hill deep for the Chargers.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense.
What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines?
Herbert has it knocked free.
And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone.
He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Tua sets up to pass it. There's Fuller for a Dolphin touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Here comes Nasir Adderley from his end zone. Adderley, he's going to hold on to this one. A touchback, and the drive will begin at the 25.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now, the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action. It's Herbert. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out.
He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point. Looking to throw again on second down.
Tua.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Over the middle here to Wilson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On first down, Tagovailoa. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
Well, remember, he had the interception earlier. Now he adds the sack. He's really making his presence felt out there.
Well, he is putting together a heck of a game. In fact, he's going to bump these plays to his highlight reel, okay? So when he wants to show it off later on, look what I did out there, guys. And this offense, they've got to start paying him a little special attention. He's like a good basketball player, putting stats in every column.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. And throw right side complete to Parker. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Well, we look looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in the second half, and they trail as we get back underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get it.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 16. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 24. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And complete, right side to Cook. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. To throw again on second down. Herbert. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slam. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Back to throw. Herbert. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Jalen Guyton, the intended receiver.
And now it's 2nd down. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. The Chargers' passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A handoff. It's Eckler. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Second down and 3.
It's Eckler again. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Jerome Baker there on the tackle.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They'll run here with Eckler. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
50 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation, I would continue to go in that direction.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown.
Gabe Neighbors.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6. Is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Going to look deep for Wilson.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Derwin James with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10
at their own 23. From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
They'll find Williams on the slant.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Now Herbert off the bootleg. And this is Cook with the grab. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
Steps away to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. Back to throw here, Herbert. His throw incomplete.
Jalen Guyton, the intended receiver.
And that'll make it third down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he comes back with one complete.
And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Kelly, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Definitely not how you want to start things on first down, and you don't want to panic. A field goal could get you closer, but you have to think to yourself, we even get another shot. At this point, to me, the thinking has to be touchdown or bust.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. On the ground, it's Eckler. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal.
Herbert off of play action. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Austin Eckler.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are an extra point away from moving out in front.
So 4th and goal. Their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Here comes Grant on the return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense heading back out.
He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Play action. Now it's Tua. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Tua. And a completion to Wilson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. Credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Tua thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 31-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. Caught. It's Wilson. 7 yards, the pickup there.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Now Tua. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And the Dolphins are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
They all understand that even after that loss on first down, they've got a field goal attempt in their back pocket. But here on second and goal, this is the time you take your shot at the end zone, I believe. Go ahead and go for the big shot right now, knowing you can always come back and kick a field goal on fourth down if you can't advance.
Gaskin again on second down. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So a little extra time to ponder this third and goal as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Looking to pass, Tua. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Albert Wilson there to make the grab. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. The two are going to try and throw for it. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here comes Nasir Adderley from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards to pick up there.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
3 yards remain for second down. Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. Herbert with a connection to Allen for a Charger first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On first down, it's Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Christian Wilkins showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. Miami set to take over. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Jerry Tillery, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Tua throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Finding Gaskin underneath. And he lost the football. And picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Now Herbert following the turnover. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Miami's offense set and ready to go.
And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. It's complete to Fuller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated.
And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 42.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Tua sets up to pass it. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Tua to throw again.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
This is Gaskin on the carry.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They still can't get him. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Gaskin, boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And I don't think there should be much of a discussion here, but you know how I am. You kick the football, you take the lead. How bold do you want to be in this situation, though?
The kick by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
No pain, no gain.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, Herbert. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Here's Ty Long now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Tua now on first down. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
From the gun, it's Tua. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Shrugs him off. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a 1st down.
That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw, and they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. It gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. After the turnover, here's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Allen's got it over the middle.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
On 2nd and very short, Herbert got his man complete over the middle. It's Allen. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Again, Herbert. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Herbert. This is caught. Touchdown! Mike Williams on the touchdown throw from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers have once again taken the lead.
Well, partner, this hasn't been the smoothest day for him, but he certainly picked the right time to get right, as they like to say. How about that for a touchdown?
Boy, he did. I guess they say all's well that ends well. It's not over yet, but you're right. He picked a good time for that first touchdown pass.
Exactly right. Not over yet. The defense is going to have to make it hold up.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 5, less than 90 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. Here's Tua. And that's into the hands of Gesicki. That catch good for only a couple.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. Tua going to try and go quickly here. Tua to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on third down. Now Tua. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now Eckler. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On the give, this is their fullback. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.